Hannah's fingers moved quickly over the control panel. Lights blinked and screens changed as she fixed yet another problem on the ship. She worked alone in the small engine room of the Korean starship Helpless. This was how she liked it best, just her and the machines. "Hey, Helpless. Captain wants to see you." Jin-woo's voice made Hannah jump. She dropped her tool and it clattered on the metal floor. I'll be all right there," Hannah said, her words stumbling out. She hated how her voice betrayed her when she was nervous. Jin-woo smirked and walked away. Hannah took a deep breath and picked up her tool. The year was 2187, and humanity had reached the stars. The Helpless was Korea's pride, a deep space exploration vessel with a crew of 30. Hannah was the youngest engineer on board, and by far the smartest, but no one seemed to notice that part. They only saw her stutter, her shaking hands when too many people looked at her, the way she avoided eye contact. Helpless Hannah. They called her behind her back, sometimes to her face too. The hallway to the bridge felt too long today. Each step brought more anxiety. What did Captain Daeho want? Had she done something wrong? Her mind raced with possibilities as she reached the bridge. The captain stood tall by the main viewing screen, talking with Executive Officer Sunmei. They both turned as Hannah entered. "Engineer Hannah." "Right on time," Captain Daeho said. His voice was always clear and strong, like he never doubted a single word. "We found something unusual." Hannah looked at the screen and gasped. Against the blackness of space floated a ship unlike any she had ever seen. It was massive, at least 3 times the size of the Helpless. Its surface shimmered with a blue-green light that pulsed slowly like a heartbeat. "Is it alive?" Hannah asked, forgetting her nervousness for a moment. Sun Mai raised an eyebrow. "That's what we need to find out. It's not responding to any of our communication attempts." "We're putting together an exploration team," Captain Daeho explained. "We need someone who understands ship systems in case we can access their technology." Hannah's heart raced. This was her chance to prove herself, to show them she wasn't helpless at all. "IV volunteer," she said, standing straighter. The bridge grew quiet. Captain Daeho and Sun Mai exchanged a look that Hannah knew all too well. Doubt, concern, pity. "I appreciate your eagerness, Hannah," the captain said gently, "but I think you'd be more valuable monitoring communications from here. Officer Jinwoo will lead the team with engineers Tai and Minsu." Hannah's face burned with shame. Of course they wouldn't pick her. Helpless Hannah couldn't possibly handle such an important mission. "Ah yes, Captain," she said, looking down at her feet. As the exploration team prepared, Hannah sat at her assigned communication station. She watched through the screen as Jinwoo, Tai, and Minsu, dressed in their spacesuits, entered the airlock. "Maintain constant communication," Captain Daeho ordered. "At the first sign of danger, you return immediately." "Don't worry, Captain," Jinwoo said with a confident smile. "What's the worst that could happen? It's just a dead ship." The team crossed the void between the ships using their suit thrusters. Hannah monitored their vital signs and communication channels. Everything was normal, but something felt wrong. The alien ship's pulsing had gotten faster, almost like it was excited. "They're about to dock," Sun Mai announced. Hannah studied the readings on her screen and noticed something strange. Energy levels within the alien vessel were rising rapidly. "See, Captain," she said, her voice too quiet at first. She cleared her throat and tried again. "Captain, I'm picking up unusual energy spikes from the alien ship." But it was too late. The exploration team had already breached the outer hull. And that's when everything went wrong. "We're inside." Jinwoo's voice came through the speakers. "It's incredible." Hannah leaned closer to her screen, watching the video feed from Jinwoo's helmet camera. The inside of the alien ship glowed with the same blue-green light they had seen from outside. Long, curved walls stretched in all directions. There were no straight lines anywhere. The air is breathable, Engineer Tay reported after checking his instruments. Temperature is normal. Proceed with caution, Captain Deho ordered. Keep your suits on until we know more. The team moved deeper into the ship. Hannah watched, both scared and amazed. The walls had strange patterns that seemed to move when looked at directly. She wished she could be there to see it with her own eyes. Look at this, Min Su said, pointing to what appeared to be a control panel. It was unlike anything human-made, with no buttons or screens. Instead, it had shallow depressions shaped like hands, but with 6 fingers instead of 5. Jin Woo moved closer. I wonder how it works. Don't touch anything. Sun Mai warned from the bridge. Just observe and record. But Jin Woo was already reaching out. Maybe it needs physical contact to activate. Jin Woo, stop. Hannah called out, forgetting her usual shyness. The energy readings are still climbing. Her warning came too late. Jin Woo placed his gloved hand into one of the depressions. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, the entire panel lit up bright blue. A low humming sound filled the alien ship. The walls pulsed faster. What did you do? Tai asked, backing away from the panel. Nothing. Jin Woo began, but was cut off by a sudden jolt that knocked all 3 explorers off their feet. On the Hanbit asterisk, alarms began to blare. We're being pulled toward the alien vessel. The navigator shouted. Some kind of tractor beam. Captain Deho rushed to Hannah's station. Tell them to get out now. Team, our return to the ship immediately. Hannah said into her headset. The alien vessel is. A second, stronger jolt rocked the Hanbit asterisk. Captain Deho lost his balance and fell, hitting his head hard against the edge of a control panel. Blood spilled onto the floor. Captain, Sun Mai rushed to his side. Medical team to the bridge, now. On the screen, Hannah could see the exploration team running back toward their entry point, but strange barriers of light had appeared, blocking their path. We're trapped. Jin Woo's panicked voice came through. The ship is sealing itself. The Hanbit asterisk shook again as it was pulled closer to the alien vessel. Control panels sparked and screens went dark. We're losing main power, Hannah reported, her fingers flying over her keyboard. Navigation systems are offline. Life support switching to backup. Sun Mi looked up from the captain's unconscious form. Can we break free? Hannah checked the readings and shook her head. The pull is too strong. And she paused, studying the data. It's not just pulling us. It's connecting to our systems somehow. As if to confirm her words, the ship's lights flickered and died. Emergency lighting came on, bathing the bridge in dim red. Is everyone seeing this? Min Su's voice came through the speakers. On the video feed, the walls of the alien ship were opening, revealing long corridors that hadn't been there before. At the end of one, something was moving toward them. What is that? Ta whispered. The shape grew closer. It wasn't humanoid. It moved like liquid but held a solid form, glowing with the same blue-green light as the ship. It's coming right at us. Jin Woo shouted. Then his feed went static. One by one, all 3 explorers' feeds cut out. The bridge of the Hanbit asterisk fell silent. With the captain down and the exploration team lost, all eyes turned to Sun Mi. Executive Officer, Hannah said quietly, what do we do now? Sun Mi looked at the alien ship growing larger on their view screen. Her face was grim. I don't know, she admitted. I don't know. The medical team rushed Captain Deho to the sick bay. His head wound was serious. The doctor said he would live, but he would not wake up soon. The bridge of the Hanbit asterisk was in chaos. Officers shouted over each other. Warning lights flashed. The alien ship pulled them closer every minute. Sun Mi stood by the captain's empty chair. As executive officer, she was now in command. She looked tired and scared, but tried not to show it. We need options, people, she shouted above the noise. How do we break free? The chief engineer shook his head. Main engines are offline. Whatever that ship is doing, it's draining our power. Weapons? Sunmai asked. Also offline, replied the weapons officer. We couldn't fire even if we wanted to. Hannah sat quietly at her station. She was studying the data from the alien ship. While everyone panicked, she noticed something strange. The patterns in the energy readings looked familiar somehow. They reminded her of music. She began typing, creating a simple program to analyze the patterns. The results made her heart beat faster. There was a rhythm to it, not random at all. It's AL language, she whispered to herself. No one heard her at first. She took a deep breath and spoke louder. It's a language. This time, heads turned toward her. The energy P patterns, they're talking to us. Sunlai walked over to Hannah's station. What do you mean? Talking how? Hannah pointed to her screen. See these repeating waves? They follow rules, like grammar. I think the ship is trying to communicate through energy pulses. The bridge grew quiet as people gathered around Hannah's station. For once, they were listening to her. Can you understand what it's saying? Sunmai asked. Hannah shook her head. Not yet, but I might be able to if I could get closer to the source. The words came out before she could stop them. Hannah immediately regretted speaking. What was she thinking? Get closer? That would mean going onto the alien ship. Sunmai stared at her. You want to board that thing? After what happened to the exploration team? Hannah wanted to hide, to run back to her quiet engine room. But the image of Jinwoo and the others trapped on the alien vessel made her stay. I think I can do it, she said, her voice shaking. The ship's energy patterns match certain thought patterns, my thought patterns. This was true. Hannah had always thought differently from others. Her mind saw connections where others saw chaos. It was part of why she struggled with people that excelled with machines. This is crazy, the chief engineer said. We can't send Hannah of all people. She's the most helpless person on this ship. Hannah flinched at the word. Helpless, always helpless. Sunmai was quiet for a long moment. The asterisk handbit asterisk shuddered as it was pulled even closer to the alien vessel. We're running out of options, Sunmai finally said. If Hannah thinks she can communicate with that ship, we should let her try. Shocked faces turned toward Sunmai. Are you serious? The weapons officer asked. Sending our most helpless crew member is practically a suicide mission. Hannah stood up. Her legs felt weak, but her mind was clear. I'm not helpless, she said without stuttering. I'm different. And right now, different is what we need. Sunmai nodded slowly. Prepare a spacesuit for Engineer Hannah, and get her a direct communication link to the bridge. As they prepared for her mission, Hannah tried to control her fear. The alien ship loomed larger in the view screen. Inside it were Jinwoo and the others. Inside it were answers. And inside her was a strength no one had ever seen before. Not even herself. It was time to show them all. Hannah floated across the space between the ships. Her breath sounded loud inside her helmet. The stars stretched endlessly around her. Ahead, the alien vessel pulsed with its strange blue-green light. Stay calm. Sunmi's voice came through her headset. Just focus on your mission. Hannah tried not to think about what waited inside the ship. She focused on the energy patterns she had studied. The rhythm of them played in her mind like music. She reached the outer hull of the alien ship. Unlike the exploration team, she didn't need to find an entrance. As she approached, a section of the hull simply opened, as if it had been expecting her. It's letting me in, she reported, her voice steadier than she felt. Hannah entered the alien vessel. The same curved walls and flowing patterns greeted her, but unlike when Jinwoo and the others had entered, the ship felt different now. The pulsing lights moved in sync with her breathing. The ship are responding to me, she whispered. She moved deeper inside, following the brightest lights. The ship guided her through corridors that seemed to form just as she approached them. Hannah came to a large round room. In the center was a pool of the same blue-green light, but thicker, almost like liquid. Floating above it was one of the strange flowing creatures the exploration team had seen before. Hannah's heart raced, but she didn't run. The creature wasn't moving toward her. It just hovered there, pulsing with light. I found one of the beings, she reported back to the handbit asterisk. It doesn't seem dangerous. Be careful, Sunmai warned. Try to find our people. Hannah slowly walked around the room. Near the pool were more of the hand-shaped depressions Jinwoo had touched. These were different, though. They had 5 fingers, not 6. The ship has been modified, Hannah realized. These controls, they were made for humans. She studied the patterns on the walls more closely. They weren't just decorations. They were data, flowing, changing information about the ship and its systems. Hannah removed her glove. Before Sunmai could protest, she placed her bare hand into one of the depressions. The effect was immediate. The blue-green light flowed up her arm, not burning but tingling. In her mind, images flashed rapidly. She saw stars, planets, and ships, hundreds of ships from different species. And she understood. They're gone, Hannah said, her voice filled with wonder. The builders of this ship, they're all gone. Who's gone? Sunmai asked. What are you seeing? The Morai, Hannah replied, though she didn't know how she knew that name. The species that built this ship, they died out long ago. More images filled her mind. The liquid-like creatures weren't the Morai. They were automated systems, like robots, but made of programmable matter. This ship is running on automatic, Hannah explained. It's programmed to collect samples of intelligent life forms it encounters. That's why it took our team, and is pulling in our ship. Can you stop it? Sunmai asked. Hannah saw more in the data flow. A massive structure in distant space. Hundreds of captured ships held in stasis. It's taking us to a central hub, she said, where all captured vessels are stored. The crew are placed in stasis for study, but the Morai aren't there to study them anymore. Hannah felt a connection forming between her mind and the ship's systems. Her unique way of thinking, which had always made her different, now allowed her to interface with the alien technology in a way no one else could. I think I can control some of the ship's functions, she said. I can. A surge of energy rushed through the connection. Hannah gasped as new information flooded her mind. We have 3 hours, she said urgently. 3 hours before we reach the hub. The liquid creature pulsed brighter, moving closer to her. In her mind, Hannah heard a voice that wasn't quite words. It was asking her what she wanted to do. Hannah stood with her hand still in the depression, connected to the alien ship's systems. Her mind raced with new information. The liquid entity waited, pulsing gently. Show me my crew members, Hannah thought toward the ship. The wall in front of her changed. It showed an image of Jinwoo, Tai, and Minsu. They were in a small room with curved walls. They looked scared but unharmed. They're alive. Hannah reported to the handbit asterisk. I can see them on some kind of screen. Can you free them? Sunmai asked. Hannah focused her thoughts again. The ship's systems were complex, but they followed patterns she could understand. It was like having a conversation, but with math and energy instead of words. Not yet, she replied. But I think I can reach them. She sent a request through the system. The wall shifted again, showing a new corridor. Hannah removed her hand from the depression. The liquid entity moved, stretching toward the corridor entrance. I think it wants me to follow, she said. Hannah walked down the new corridor, the entity flowing alongside her. The corridor ended at a door that opened as she approached. Inside were Jinwoo, Tai, and Minsu. Their eyes widened when they saw her. Hannah. Jinwoo couldn't hide his shock. How did you get here? What is that thing? It's okay, Hannah said, surprised at how steady her voice was. It's not going to hurt us. It's part of the ship. She quickly explained what she had learned about the Morai and the ship's automatic collection protocol. So we're heading towards some kind of alien museum? Tai asked. Hana nodded. And we have less than 3 hours to stop it. Min Su looked at her differently now. No pity or dismissal in his eyes, just respect. How do we stop it? He asked. I need to get back to the control room, Hannah said. I can send information to the Hanbit from there. They followed her back to the round room with the glowing pool. Hannah placed her hand in the depression again and reached out with her mind. This time, she searched for information about the hub. Images filled her thoughts. A massive structure floating in deep space. Hundreds of ships held in giant energy fields. Countless life forms in stasis chambers. Hana managed to transmit these images back to the Hanbit. She also found a way to open a direct communication channel. Sunmi, she called. Can you see what I'm sending? Yes. Sunmi's voice came through clearly now. It's incredible. How many ships are there? Hundreds, Hannah replied. From all over the galaxy. Some have been there for thousands of years. The bridge of the Hanbit was visible on the wall now. Hannah could see the crew watching her with amazement. I have some control over this ship's navigation and communication systems, Hannah explained. But I can't stop it completely. The main protocols are locked. What about weapons? The weapons officer asked. Can we destroy the hub when we get there? Hannah shook her head. There are too many innocent lives in stasis there, and the hub's defenses are too strong anyway. Jinwoo, who had once mocked her, now stood beside her. There must be something we can do. You've already done the impossible by talking to this ship. Hannah thought hard. The liquid entity hovered nearby, pulsing in rhythm with her thoughts. I think there might be a way, she said slowly. The collection protocol has fail-safes. If the hub detects a problem with the collected specimens, it might release them. What kind of problem? Sunmei asked. A feedback loop, Hannah replied, her mind racing with possibilities. If I can create a signal that makes the hub think all the collected ships are dangerous or damaged. Could that work? Tai asked. Hannah looked at the clock on her suit. 2 hours and 40 minutes left. I need to try, she said, and I need everyone's help. The crew on both ships watched Hannah with new eyes. No one called her helpless now. They were all waiting for her plan. Hannah took a deep breath and began to explain. The Morai built their systems with safeguards, Hannah explained. Her hands moved over the alien controls with growing confidence. If a ship is dangerous to other specimens, the hub will release it. Everyone gathered around her. The liquid entity hovered nearby, still connected to Hannah's thoughts. So we need to make the hub think our ship is dangerous, Jinwoo asked. Not just our ship, Hannah replied. All of them. I want to free everyone. Sunmi's voice came through the communication channel. That's ambitious, Hannah. Are you sure it's possible? Hannah nodded. The hub uses a shared network to monitor all captured vessels. If we can access that network, we can send a signal that affects all ships at once. For the next hour, Hannah worked with both crews to develop her plan. The engineers on the Hanbit helped her understand the Morai power systems. Tai and Min Su explored more of the alien ship, finding access points to connect with. Jinwoo stayed with Hannah. He watched her work with a mix of amazement and shame. I'm sorry, he said quietly, for calling you helpless, for the way I treated you. Hannah paused her work and looked at him. Once, his apology would have made her stutter and look away. Now she simply nodded. Help me save everyone, she said. That's all that matters now. With 1 hour left before reaching the hub, Hannah finalized her plan. She stood before both crews, no longer hiding or looking down. We need to create a feedback loop in the navigation system, she explained. That will send false readings to the hub that make it think all captured ships are releasing harmful radiation. How do we do that? Sunmai asked. I'll need to reprogram the Morai ship's core protocols, Hana said. But I can't do it alone. Hana gave everyone their tasks. Some would modify the Hambit's communication array to boost the signal. Others would help create the false radiation signature. Jinwoo, Tai, and Min-Su would help her access the deeper systems of the Morai ship. For the first time in her life, Hana was giving orders instead of taking them. Her words still sometimes caught on her tongue, but no one seemed to notice or care anymore. As they neared the hub, Hana entered a deeper connection with the Morai systems. Through the ship's sensors, she could now see their destination. It was massive, a structure the size of a small moon, surrounded by captured ships of all shapes and sizes. 30 minutes until we reached the hub, Sunmai reported. Hana could feel the hub's systems reaching out, scanning the Morai ship and the Hanbit*. Soon, they would be pulled in and added to the collection. Jinwoo, are the signal amplifiers ready? Hana asked. Almost there, he replied, working frantically on a modified communication device. Ta, Min-Su, how are the energy pathways? Connected and ready, they reported. Hana turned to the liquid entity that had stayed by her side throughout. She had learned that it was called a Guardian, a semi-intelligent system created to maintain the ship after its creators died out. I need full access to the core protocols, she thought toward it. The Guardian pulsed brighter. In Hana's mind, a warning appeared. What she was asking was dangerous. It could destroy the ship. It could destroy her. I understand the risks, she told it. But those people don't deserve to be trapped forever. The Guardian hesitated, then flowed toward the central pool. It expanded, creating a new interface, one that glowed with a different light, deeper and more intense. It's giving me access to the core, Hana told the others. I can send the signal now. The hub's tractor beams are activating, Sunmai warned. We're being pulled in. Hana took a deep breath. It was time. Everyone ready? She asked. Across both ships, her crew nodded. Her crew. When had she started thinking of them that way? Let's free them all, Hana said, and placed both hands into the glowing pool. The moment Hana's hands touched the glowing pool, the world around her changed. She was no longer just standing in the alien ship. Her mind expanded, connecting with the Morai systems in a way that felt like becoming part of them. Through this connection, she could see the hub growing larger as they approached. She could feel the hundreds of ships held captive there, and the thousands of lives in stasis, waiting for scientists who would never come. I'm in the core systems, she said, her voice sounding distant to her own ears. Beginning signal modification now. Her consciousness flowed through the ship's network. She rewrote code that wasn't made of Earth numbers or letters, but of energy patterns and rhythms. The Guardian helped, translating her intentions into commands the system could understand. 10 minutes until we're fully captured, Sunmai reported from the Hanbit*. Hana worked faster. She found the navigation protocols and began creating the feedback loop. It was delicate work. One mistake could alert the hub's security systems. Jinwoo, send the modified signal now, she ordered. Jinwoo activated the device they had built. Signal transmitting. Hana felt the signal enter the system. It carried the false radiation signature they had designed. She guided it toward the core, weaving it into the navigation data. But then she hit a wall. A final security protocol blocked her progress. There's a problem, she said. The feedback loop needs to be maintained manually. Someone has to stay on the Morai ship to keep it running, while everyone else escapes. The room fell silent. I'll do it, Jinwoo volunteered. It's my fault we're in this mess. I activated the ship in the first place. Hana shook her head, still deep in the connection with the ship. No, it has to be me. I'm the only one who can communicate with the Guardian and the systems. But that's a suicide mission. Ta protested. Once the ships are released, you'll be stuck on the Morai vessel alone. Maybe not, Hana replied, though she wasn't sure if she believed it. The Guardian might help me find an escape pod after everyone is free. Hana could feel the hub systems engaging with their ship now. They were being scanned, categorized, prepared for collection. 5 minutes, Sunmai warned. Everyone needs to return to the Hanbit now, Hana ordered. I'll stay and maintain the signal. Jinwoo stepped forward. I'm not leaving you here alone. Let me stay and help. This is my mission, Hana said firmly. I understand this ship in ways none of you can. The Hanbit needs you. For a moment, Jinwoo looked like he might argue. Then he nodded slowly. When this is over, we're coming back for you. I'm counting on it, Hana said with a small smile. One by one, the crew members returned to the Hanbit. Hana stayed connected to the pool, her mind deep in the ship's systems. Hana. Sunmi's voice came through the communication link. Everyone's back on board. Are you sure about this? I'm sure, Hana replied. Get ready to lead the other ships to safety when they're released. The captain would be proud of you, Sunmi said softly. We all are. Hana didn't reply. Her focus was on the hub systems now visible through the Morai ship's sensors. They were almost completely pulled in. 1 minute to full capture, the ship's data told her. Hana took a deep breath and looked at the Guardian floating beside her. In her mind, she felt its question. Yes, she answered aloud. I'm ready. As the hub's massive docking bay opened before them, Hana pushed the modified signal deeper into the system. It was time to free not just her people, but all the people who had been trapped here. She thought of everyone who had ever called her helpless, of all the times she had believed it herself. Not anymore. The hub's systems began to engage. Hana closed her eyes and activated the final sequence. The Morai ship slid into the hub's massive docking bay. All around them, hundreds of other captured vessels sat silent and still, held in place by powerful energy fields. Each one contained life forms in stasis, preserved for studies that would never happen. Through her connection with the ship, Hana could sense them all. So many lives suspended in time. She felt a surge of determination. They deserved freedom. The hub's systems began to scan the Morai ship and the Hanbit. Soon, the stasis field would activate, putting everyone to sleep for eternity. Hana were detecting the stasis field powering up. Sunmi's voice came through the communication link. Whatever you're going to do it now. Hana pushed the signal deeper into the hub's network. The feedback loop began to work, sending false readings that the collected ships were all emitting dangerous radiation. Warning lights flashed throughout the hub. Hana could feel the automated systems trying to understand what was happening. It's working, she reported. The hub is detecting the radiation signature. But then something went wrong. A powerful firewall blocked her signal from reaching the main control systems. No, Hana gasped as she felt the connection weakening. It's fighting back. The Guardian pulsed urgently beside her. In her mind, Hana understood its message. There was one more option, but it was dangerous. The Guardian could help her connect directly with the hub's biosystem, bypassing the firewall. But such a deep connection might damage her mind. How long would I have? Hana asked it. The Guardian's response came as a feeling rather than words. Minutes, maybe less. Hana thought of her crew, of all the lives in stasis. Do it, she said. The Guardian flowed around her, enveloping her in its blue-green light. Hana felt her consciousness expand even further, beyond the Morai ship, and into the hub itself. The pain was immediate and intense. Her mind wasn't meant to connect this way. But through the pain, she saw everything. The hub's complete network lay open before her. With the last of her strength, Hana sent the signal through every system at once. As she did, she broadcast a message to both the alien system and her watching crew. You called me helpless, her voice echoed through all communication channels. Watch me save us all. Throughout the hub, alarms blared. The stasis field shut down. The energy fields holding the ships began to flicker and fail. On the Hanbit asterisk, the crew watched in amazement as ships all around them started to power up, their lights coming on after years or centuries of darkness. "It's working," Sunmai exclaimed. "The ships are being released." The hub's main systems tried to regain control, locking onto Hannah's mind, trying to push her out. The pain became almost unbearable. But Hannah refused to let go. She thought of all the times she had been dismissed, overlooked, underestimated. All the times she had felt small and afraid because she was different. Not anymore. "I am not helpless," she thought, pushing back against the system. "I never was." With one final surge of will, Hannah forced the signal into the very core of the hub. The effect was immediate. All around the docking bay, energy fields collapsed completely. Ships began to drift free. All vessels released. Sunmai reported, "Hannah, you did it." But Hannah couldn't answer. The connection was too deep now, her consciousness spread too thin. The Guardian pulsed frantically around her, trying to pull her back. In her fading awareness, Hannah saw the Hanbit asterisk break free from its restraints. She saw other ships doing the same, their engines glowing as they came back to life. She saw freedom spreading like a wave through the hub, all because of her, because she wasn't helpless after all. As darkness began to close in, Hannah had one last thought. "I'm glad I proved them wrong." Darkness, then light, then pain. Hannah opened her eyes slowly. The ceiling above her was familiar. She was in the sick bay of the Hanbit asterisk. "She's awake," someone called out. Faces appeared above her. Sunme, Jinwoo, the doctor. They all looked tired but happy. "How?" Hannah whispered, her throat dry. "How did I get back?" Jinwoo smiled. "We weren't going to leave you behind. As soon as the ships were released, we docked with the Moray vessel and came to get you." Hannah tried to sit up, but her body felt heavy. "The Guardian?" "It's here," Sunmai said, pointing to a small container beside the bed. Inside, a tiny amount of the blue-green liquid pulsed gently. "It seems attached to you. It helped us find you when you collapsed." Memories flooded back. The connection with the hub, the pain, the release of all those ships. "Did everyone get away?" Hannah asked. Sunmi nodded. "Every single ship. Some had been there for centuries. Their crews are waking up from stasis now. You saved thousands of lives." "Hannah, how long was I unconscious?" 3 days, the doctor said. "Your brain activity was off the charts. Whatever happened when you connected with that system, it changed you." Hannah could feel it. Her mind worked differently now. Faster, clearer. The stutter that had plagued her speech was gone. And she could still sense the Guardian's presence, like a gentle hum at the edge of her thoughts. "Captain Daho?" she asked. "Awake and recovering," Sunmai replied. "He wants to see you as soon as you're able." An hour later, Hannah walked slowly to the captain's quarters, supported by Jinwoo. Captain Daho sat in a chair, his head bandaged but his eyes clear. "Engineer Hannah," he said, smiling warmly. "Or should I say, Hero Hannah?" She blushed. "I just did what needed to be done, Captain." "You did what no one else could do," he corrected her. "And in doing so, you've changed everything." Captain Daho showed her a screen with dozens of messages from the freed ships. Many were from species humans had never encountered before. All wanted to thank the person who had saved them. "We're forming an alliance," Captain Daho explained. "All the freed species working together to share knowledge and resources, and they want you to be the human representative." Hannah was speechless. "Before you answer," the captain continued, "there's something I want to show you." He pulled up her personnel file on his screen and pointed to a word in her profile. "Helpless." With a few keystrokes, he deleted it and typed something new. "Humanity's greatest asset." "That's who you are, Hannah," he said. "That's who you've always been." 2 weeks later, The asterisk handbit asterisk approached Earth. Beside it flew ships of various designs, crewed by beings from across the galaxy. They had come to meet the humans who had freed them, especially the one they called the Awakener. Hannah stood on the bridge, looking out at the stars. The Guardian, now housed in a special container on her wrist, pulsed contentedly. It had chosen to stay with her, to help her understand the knowledge gained from the Morai. "Nervous?" Sunlight asked, coming to stand beside her. "A little," Hannah admitted. "I never thought I'd be speaking for all of humanity." "You'll do great," Sunlight assured her. "Just be yourself." Jinwoo approached, holding a small box. "A gift," he said, handing it to Hannah. "From all of us." Inside was a badge with a new rank. "Ambassador." "Captain's orders," Jinwoo explained. "You're officially the first human Morai ambassador." Hannah pinned the badge to her uniform. She thought about how far she had come. From the quiet engineer who couldn't speak without stuttering to the person who had saved thousands and would now help guide humanity's first steps into a larger galactic community. As Earth grew larger in the view screen, Hannah stood tall. She wasn't afraid anymore. She wasn't helpless. She never had been. She was ready to show the universe what humans were truly capable of. The end.